Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are still busy with this question paper for our revision, and now I'm on the last part of the question paper where I'll be doing the sundry transactions. If you have a question paper, I'm now on page 19. So we are working on pastel, and on page 19 they say process the following month-end adjustment for May 2021, print and update the journals. Select print with contrast. So if you look at those transactions, the first three transactions that are there must go to your general journal. So I'm going to go to process, journals, and then general journal. Okay. So as we know that when we arrive here, we must check, do our settings to make sure everything is fine. Don't do anything under contra. Make sure that this is this year's transaction. Untick repeat description. And don't tick the text here because we want to see a debit and a credit in the GJ. And then increment referencing, you must say yes because I see the journal voucher is got its own number. So we want to see each and every line having its own number. So we are going to increment. Then I'm going to close. Then the period is right and the date is right because they said we must do this at the end of the month. So what is the first transaction there? It says V. Kasim has given her own Hyundai CRV for the business. This represents part of her capital contribution. The cost of the vehicle is 250,000. So it means the owner is contributing a vehicle to the business as part of his capital contribution. So what is the vehicle in the business is an asset. So account that must be debited. We have to look for the account that must be debited. Let's check our account structure so that it's quicker. On your question paper, you just go to page 8. You'll see there we have account 6,200 vehicles. So I can just zoom with the account and type 6,200. Then yes, we have motor vehicles there. So I'm going to use this sub account 010 because we want to activate motor vehicle at cost. So this is the situation there. Then what is our reference? Look at your journal voucher number is 01/21. That is your voucher number there. You press tab and then you can indicate what happened. You can say that's the owner or what's the owner's name? V. Kasim. Contributed a vehicle. Just to give a brief description of what happened. Okay, then we have to put this amount on the debit side because this account represents the account that needs to be debited. So we are going to put there 250,000. And then we tap to the end of the line. You see they are going to need us to put a contra account. Contra account is the account that will be credited. In this case, we have to credit the capital. We have to credit the capital. So once you have done that, it means you have completed your line. You have activated the date, the account that must be debited, the reference, what happened, and then how much is the amount that is involved and which account is credited. So that will be a situation there. So the next transaction, it says the amount of 754 insurance was incorrectly posted to the water and electricity account. So still the same date, but which account must be debited? So it was supposed to be insurance. So we must look for insurance account. their insurance account was supposed to be debited. Then you can tap, you'll see your reference is still, it will increase to 22 now. And then you say correction of error. That will be your description. And then account to be debited with how much? It was 750. And then which account was wrongly debited is the one that we must now credit, which is water, or electricity and water. So account debited, insurance, and account credited, water and electricity. So we have corrected the error. Then number 3, they say make the provision for depreciation on equipment at 25% per annum for March 2021. Show the calculation in the description field. So for now, I'm going to show you description. A calculation on my Excel program. How much is the cost of equipment? Cost of equipment is 35,000. How much is the accumulated depreciation? Is 3,500. Remember, we should calculate using the diminishing balance. So cost price minus accumulated depreciation. How much are we getting? Equals to cost price minus accumulated. It means the carrying value is 31,500. Then from this 31,500, we must now calculate the depreciation. So how are we going to do that? You're going to say equals to 31,500 multiplied by, what is the percentage? 25%. Remember, we're calculating for 1 month. We multiply again by 1/12. Let me see if, yes, we are going to get there. That amount, 656. And then they said you must round off to the nearest 10. So it means if we round up to the nearest 10, how much are we going to get there? So we are going to get 560. 660. So the amount will be 660. So when we go back to pastel, what are we going to say? The period is right, the date is right. Which account must be debited? Account debited will be depreciation, right? And then your reference is increasing, that is fine. And then they said we must show our calculation here. It means we're supposed to say now 35,000 minus 3,500 equals to 31,500 multiply by 25% multiplied by 1/12. Okay, so that will be the situation there. So how much was that again? It was 660 just for 1 month. Then on the credit side, you must now indicate which account is credited, which is there. This was for what? Equipment. So it will be equipment at carrying value. Sorry, what is it? Computer equipment at carrying value. Sorry, computer equipment accumulated depreciation. Yes, computer equipment accumulated depreciation. So that's what it needs to be credited there. Again, account debited we account credited computer equipment at accumulated depreciation. So once you are done with this, what you do, you print with contrast. All right, I'm going to save it here and call it GJ. And then how it's gonna look like when it's printed. So this is what you are going to have: your periods and the dates this side, your account that are debited, your referencing, your description, and you see that you only put the amount on the debit side, but because we have put this account here, it will now show which account were credited. So this is the end of this video. It was just on sundry transaction at the end of the question paper. So if you find this video helpful, you know what to do. You can just subscribe and then also like my channel or my videos. Thank you.